Hey guys, welcome back to Owl Creek, and I'm Dayton. I kind of messed up.
Alright guys, so I am Cody, and we have been off of YouTube for a few months now, so we wanted to take a little bit of time and reintroduce ourselves and show you what we've had going on here, give you guys some updates, and kind of show you around. So if you are a new sub, this is Owl Creek Homestead. We actually share this property. I have about 5.5 acres to myself with my boy here and my wife, and my parents are at the front of the property. They have, I don't know, like 7 to 10 acres, something like that. And also, my in-laws have a small section of land, and I have an aunt and uncle who also live on this property. But we are here with, I think, 13 goats right now. We have meat rabbits. We also have some laying hens that we sell all of our eggs to a local store here in town. And today we're going to actually circle back and go check out the gardens and show you guys what we've been up to here. Ready to go check out the garden, bud? Oh, and we can't forget Raven. Hi, girl. Hi, puppy. Raven, our Cane Corso Italian Mastiff puppy here. She is actually going to be a year old in just a few weeks. She's about 95 pounds right now.
I gotta get her something.
Yeah, you gotta get her a birthday present. Alright, so Raven here actually just got some bad news at the vet not long ago. She started crying as she was getting up, and I thought maybe it's just because she's such a big dog, you know, she's growing quick. They took an x-ray of her hips, though, since she is so young, and turns out that something didn't form right with her her hips, like the ball and socket. So the vet said that she's going to have a rough life after about 2-3 years old. So we've switched up her food. We're giving her some supplements, try to help out her hips a little bit, and giving her plenty of lovin's too. So before we head down to check out the garden, one thing I forgot, if you can hear that in the background, we are in central Indiana. It is the 17th year, which is brood X for the cicadas. So we have had, I guess, millions of cicadas this year, and behind us is about 80 acres of thick woods. Now, I don't own it, but the cicadas are just super thick around here. And I'll show you on our young apple tree that we have up in my parents' part of the property. That thing is covered in cicadas. We've been trying to knock them off, but really there's nothing you can do to protect it. So anyways, that's what the noise is in the background if you hear that. Sorry, can't do anything about it right now. So right here, that is a shell of a cicada. If it will focus right, there we go. That's the shell, and this, you can see that right there, is the bug hanging on that limb right there. Alright, so we're down here at our first garden, and this garden we actually planted in really early April, which we thought we could go ahead and get away with that this year, but we were proven wrong. Of course, Mother Nature always has a different plan. So we got a really good start on this. Then as the plants were, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches tall, we ended up getting about 3 inches of snow. So this was our carrots, cabbage, our beets, some, step out of the way real quick, buddy. Some of the cooler weather plants that you can get away with early in Indiana. But as you can see, yeah, I know it really needs weeded right now, so I got to get on that later this evening once it cools down. But we lost most of our garden this year on this section due to that snowfall that came through. We lost all of our onions on the outside row. I don't think any of those came up. We barely have any of our broccoli. Our beets are doing all right. Carrots are coming up okay now. Our cabbage here seems to be all right. But for the most part, this garden kind of went to waste, I believe. But that's all right. We'll get something out of it at least. All right, our next garden over here is some sunflowers right up front. Raven, get out of there. Hey, out of the garden. Our sunflowers right up front here. And then we've got all of our peppers and then our tomatoes back here.
Wait, do you have to pull the sunflowers out?
No. So our peppers and our tomatoes are all Haas seeds. These were all provided to us this year by Haas, and there we go, it went dark. These were all provided to us this year by Haas, and the germination rate on these were just amazing. We never expected to plant this many, but so many of them actually grew. I think out of all of our tomatoes that we planted, only 3 of them did not germinate, and our peppers were about the same way. So I actually talked to our local Mexican restaurant, and they are going to buy some of our peppers whenever they start coming on. And then all of our tomatoes back here, first thing we're going to do with all these is we're going to can. As you can see back here behind me, we actually put up a tomato shade, and this is supposed to block 40% of the UV light going to the tomatoes. Now it seems like anymore the sun gets so stinking hot, it just kills the tomato plants, or else it just splits the tomatoes. So we tried this year. We built this structure right here. Let me go inside. Okay, we built this structure out of some old fencing that my dad was actually given. We just welded it together, made this structure. Then we ran a steel cable wire across it, and we've used that to then use this jute string to support and trellis all of our tomatoes. So these tomatoes that I'm standing in right here, these are Car Willie tomatoes, and they are actually now taller than Dayton. And this one right here, I mean, it's 8 inches from being as tall as me. Now, it's not saying much, I'm pretty short, but still, that's a pretty stinking tall tomato.
Daddy, I want to cut this open off because it's way long.
All right, go ahead and trim that one up. Now, as you saw right there, Dayton was trimming up. Good job, buddy. Dayton was trimming up that tomato plant. Now, these are indeterminates, the Car Willies and the Better Boys. So they will just grow and grow, and they will get as tall as, you know, they can climb. But one thing that we did not do right was we did not start pruning early enough whenever they were still in the greenhouse. So we've got a lot of them that are like this plant right here, where you've got the main stalk and then this other shoot that should have been trimmed off whenever it was still in the greenhouse, but I'm afraid to now, as big as it is. I don't want to hurt the plant and make it not produce.
Little thing.
Yeah, trim that one off too.
Did you think I meant this?
Yeah.
Like, if I trimmed off that would be...
Yep.
There's a lot to trim off.
Yeah, there is. As you can see here, Dayton loves getting out here, and man, that sun. Let me move. Okay. Dayton loves to get out here and work in the garden. We don't force him to do any of this, but he just loves to get out here and do it on his own. Of course, we have to be out here with him. That way he doesn't trim it all the way down. See? Right here. Get that one.
This one?
Yep. Okay. All right, so like I was saying, these are Car Willies, Better Boys, and then over here on the other side, let me get back up underneath this sunshade. This thing makes such a difference. This other side, all the way over here, we have Tachis, and these are determinates. So they won't grow near as tall, and all of these tomatoes pretty much will come on all at once. But all of these plants look really good, look really healthy. And I wish I would have been continuing the vlog as we planted all these and before we put the sunshade up and everything else, because it has made such a difference on these plants. All right, buddy?
Yeah.
And of course, it's really early in the season still here, but it does look like the boxcar willies are going to be the best plants that we planted this year. But I can't say enough about these Haas seeds, and thank you so much to Haas for providing these to us. They have been amazing. Everything has grown like crazy so far. So I do want to take you over and show you our other garden next. And we've got quite a bit of different stuff planted in there. Ready to go, bud? All right, in all of our gardens, we actually covered them. If you can see all the black behind me. This is from Grower's Solution. This is the same stuff that Living Traditions Homestead uses. It's a polypropylene, I believe, cover. And so far, it is working great. As you can see, there's no weeds except for the small holes that we cut. And in this garden, I've got pumpkins planted in the first row over behind Dayton. What's up, everybody? It's some watermelons, and then I've got some honey rock melon and cucumbers and some corn back there in the corner. So I did plant these pumpkins. I know you're probably thinking it's way too early to plant them, but I didn't plant them for Halloween purpose or anything else. I planted these actually to feed to our goats. Goats love pumpkins. We'll also feed some to the chickens. And it's a good natural dewormer for them. So that was really the main motive. I planted 17 of these plants, and these are the Haas Seeds Diablo pumpkins. And of those 17, 14 of those germinated. Now, the only thing I got to say about Haas Seeds in the slightest, it's not even negative, it's just kind of an observation, was the watermelon. This row right here. These are the Carolina Cross 180s, so they're really super huge watermelons. I don't even know why I needed them, but I just picked those out. But anyways, we planted those. I planted 17 as well, and maybe half germinated. So I actually went back and I backfilled the rest of the holes with some burpee, just from the local Tractor Supply. They're burpee seeds, and they're like a 10 to 12 pound watermelon. But everything else that we've planted has germinated and seems to be growing great. I do need to get in here and weed out around some of these plants that are starting to come up. The corn that I've got back here, that's also just a Tractor Supply, a couple different types of corn. I'm not exactly sure what they were. And I even planted some okra, which was also from Haas. Truth be told, I've never grown okra at all, so I don't know if this looks good or bad, but it's about now 3 weeks old. So leave me a comment and let me know, one, what to do with okra, and two, what they should be looking like, because I kind of thought they would be bigger by now.
Hi again. I know it's been a while. Basically, you can see our potatoes here. They've grown to be beautiful. What we did, and I don't know if you remember from the first video, we said we started out with just a layer with the potatoes down here. As these grew, these actual stems grew, we kept adding and adding and adding them with the dirt on it to get it going like this. And then we just left this like this. We'll let these grow till the tops kind of die out. And then we're going to take them out and see if we actually have some potatoes. But we've done a good job, I think. I hope at least the tops look really good, and hopefully we've got some potatoes in there. But we've got to water them and keep them watered. We've been real lucky. It's been raining a lot, but now it's kind of drying out, so we're going to have to start adding some water to them. But that's about it on that one.
So earlier I was talking about all those cicadas. This is my apple tree. I planted this thing, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. No, it was about, I guess, 2 or 3 years ago. Shake it really hard, Mom. See if they can.
Ready?
I hope those all picked up on camera. Look at that. There was 30 of them that flew off of it, and there's still a whole bunch of them. hope they don't kill my trees.
Ready? Do it again.
They're everywhere.
I'm gonna go check this.
All right, so we are back. We'll start putting out more videos, and want to just give you guys a quick update and show you what we've had going on here with the garden side. We will update you on all the animals and everything later, but actually probably today, whenever I go out this evening to go and feed and water, I'll send you, or I'll make a video about that and update you. So thanks for watching. Hope that you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next video.
Aye, aye, aye. Daddy, can I go right there?
Yep.
Yeah, I put them shades real quick. I'm not shooting.